Hey, good morning. We're so excited. It's local yarn shop day. If you're seeing this later, it's still local yarn shop day because we're always excited to be here. And today, my friend Alycia is with us.
Hi.
She's the creator of KnitWise Fiber, and she also works at Florida State University as a graphic artist. So she has an amazing eye for color. Her colors are always playful. We have lots to show you. We're going to kind of divide this up into two parts. We're going to do some talking with Alycia, and then we'll show you some yarns. Of course, we'll have some yarns in between and some samples. Because she's local to us, Tallahassee, just over the state line, she's here getting ideas from our knitters, and the colors don't last long around here. Plus, we have some really great custom ones. She's also helped us create several events, starting with Local Yarn Shop Day when COVID happened. You really made that very special. She's been in our Valentine's boxes, our Good Vibes box, Fuzzy Fix. So we know you just love what she has, and we love watching all the people watching now and saying Happy Yarn Shop Day.
Yeah, Happy Yarn Shop
So we're just really tickled to have you here in all your bins.
I'm always happy
yarn.
to be at Fuzzy Goat, the best yarn store I've ever been to.
Oh. We didn't pay her to say that.
It's true. I travel frequently with my husband, and I always look, and no one ever holds a candle to Fuzzy Goat.
Well, thank you. We have some questions to ask Alycia that we've been asking our dyers as they come, and so one of the things we want to know is, what do you like to watch or listen to when you're knitting or dyeing?
So when I'm knitting or dyeing, I need things that don't take too much of my attention.
Okay.
Because I get distracted.
Yeah,
easily.
but that, for some people that would say no brioche, but for you,
brioche.
you can do brioche.
I enjoy brioche.
Yeah, and not be just, and that's a non-distracted.
Right. Well, so I like garbage shows, and when I say garbage, I mean like Below Deck. Are you familiar with Below Deck? Oh gosh, it's a terrible show.
Melissa's laughing over there.
It's the best. It's a truly
trying to get my pillow right.
Great garbage show. So stuff like that. And I like a lot of playlists. I listen to a lot of Sam Cooke, Leon Bridges, Hosier, stuff like that.
Oh, I love Leon Bridges.
Oh yeah.
We might have you make a playlist for us for the store. What is your favorite pattern that you've seen your yarn used in? So you've knit a lot of your samples, but maybe it could be that, or it could be something you saw somebody do.
I don't have, every time I see someone share something they've made with my yarn, I just love it so much. I get so tickled. So I don't really have a favorite. Every time it's like I've never seen this yarn before. It's a brand new experience for me every time.
Well, we have lots of samples to show you, and we've got the links with the yarns too, so that you can see those patterns. Okay, so what inspires your colors? Are you taking, or is it, I do know that sometimes it's requests, but is it a specific palette, or are you filling a gap? Like, oh gosh, I know I don't have any browns, I need to do some browns.
I feel like I'm a distracted squirrel, so everything inspires me, from gaps to even playlists, the music, to those terrible garbage TV shows. If they'll say something that I think is funny, I'm like, that's a perfect colorway. Currently, I don't know if you're familiar with the Taylor Swift song, It's Me, I'm the Problem. I'm gonna have to dye a colorway. That needs to be a colorway. And then again, when I travel, nature, I have a lot of names, colorways inspired by places that I visited. And then if I do need a color palette, I'll search a color palette on Pinterest, and I can kind of get some inspiration from that as well. So everything, honestly, inspires me.
Cool.
My friends, I've named yarns.
We have some friends sitting here, Brittany and Kate, yes. Both have yarns named after their colors.
They do.
Okay, so that goes to maybe that goes along with what inspires your yarn names.
Correct, it does.
So like we've got
Britpop,
which as soon as I saw it, I'm like, of course that's Brittany's color.
Yeah.
Because it's just this really
rich, vibrant, purpley pink color. And then Kate's Moss. Kate is, I'm gesturing off camera. Kate's Moss, which is again a play on words, referencing Kate Moss in addition to my friend's Kate. So, and then again, travel, all kinds of stuff.
But then you have other ones like Undead Girlfriend.
Yeah, I thought so. Again, I like to name things that is a zombie inspired, but I didn't want to be like zombie. So I did Undead Girlfriend because I kind of like to twist, do a little play on words sometimes.
And then there's the one, I'm not even going to say it right.
Three Shavakadoos, I'm pretty sure.
Well, no, I got that one now. Maybe. I kind of remember that. But the Ermgerd
Sparkle. So that, Okay, so pop culture and memes also influence my names. So there was an Ermagerd. What was the Ermagerd bit? It was a meme. Girl Scout cookies, I think, is what it was. And I have no idea why I latched onto that.
Well, it tickled you, so that's
I
good
did.
enough
It's just
reason.
so funny. Yeah, I love it.
Right? Like, because like you don't do this and I don't do this if it's not fun.
Correct. Once it's
There's
not
other
fun,
things to do in life.
I find I don't do
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
So, all right. So, what's your favorite method of dyeing? Because you've got tonals, you've got speckles, you did some of the assigned pooling.
Yes. I don't. That's
Not your
my
favorite.
No.
What is your favorite?
So my favorite, I like to dye in a way. I'm not a fan of pooling. I do enjoy the assigned pooling, the float patterns. Those are a lot of fun. But when you're knitting in a spiral and they start to pull, it stresses me out. I enjoyed looking at other people's, but personally, it's not my favorite. So I try to dye in a way that doesn't happen, and I like to use a really hot bath with the dye already mixed in it, and then I will organically lay the yarn as it's dry, so it just soaks up the dye however it wants to, and hopefully it's not as mathematically the same like a stripe. It's more organic and
Would the
haphazard.
LYS day be an example of that?
It would,
Because
100%.
I've got one of those over here. So here's some yarn. So this is a custom color. Well, it's one that Alycia hadn't dyed before. Tell them about this one.
Oh, yeah.
And here's the
Okay, great.
inspiration.
Yeah, it's based on this fun little, what is this, coaster?
It's a coaster.
Yeah, and it's so interesting to me how this is the exact same colorway as do you have the bulky?
Yeah.
And just how differently the bases take up the yarn. Same dye process, same colors. And so I knew I wanted to get this rich purple, and that was the base color. That's where I started, and I knew I needed to leave areas for my speckles, so I kind of elevate that portion of the yarn out of the bath to keep it undyed. And then I layer. I do love to layer
Well,
colors
that's why we love your yarns.
because it just creates so much depth and interest once the piece is knitted.
Like look at that all in there.
And this little bit there in the front. Yeah, that's so pretty.
Yeah.
And that's, again, I've learned also, when I first started dyeing versus now, I've learned these tiny little speckles, when you just have the little bitty ones, they get eaten in the stitch. So I really prefer to have bigger,
Okay.
muchier is how I call them, speckles.
Say that again. What's the word?
Muchier.
Muchier.
Okay.
Okay.
Because then you can see it, and they, it's worth the milk. The squeeze is worth. What is it? What's that saying?
The juice is worth the squeeze.
Correct.
Yes. Okay. Any dyeing disasters?
Oh, you just gotta flip them. We're a Bob Ross kind of system over here. Happy little accidents. I've got so many fun colorways. Don't ask me to name them because my mind just went blank. That started as an accident.
I love that.
Yeah, you just find a way to make it work, or you dye it black. Black
Put
fixes
that over
everything.
it. Yeah. So, what is your favorite colorway, and is it the same as the most popular?
I can't pick favorites.
Just like the patterns.
No, I don't even have a favorite color because I can't pick one. I love them all. I'm looking at the yarn that you guys will be seeing shortly. It just depends on the mood. I'm a big fan of the kitty colorway, and I love that now mixed with the jacked orange color. So fun. Pomegranate punch.
That sample.
Yeah, I'm specifically referencing. I'm a big brioche fan, and I love some cowls. So again, this is kitty paired with jacked, and it's just so much fun. I love it. I can't wear it too long because I'm already stress sweating.
Yeah, I like those two colors
And
together.
then my other favorite is red, and I love Brit Pop and Kate's Moss. Every time I dye a new color, I'm like, this is my new favorite. So
I was gonna say it's not like your kids, but you have one, so
I
you
only have
can't-
one,
yeah.
and I tell him all the time he's my favorite.
Yeah. Okay, so a lot of our dyers kind of use, just like we use our store as a way to kind of advocate for things that matter to us. So how do you do that with your dyeing?
I honestly could probably do more.
I think I see it in your names.
I see it in so I will name things, and they're kind of low-key, and I like to donate. I've donated yarn to certain causes and events, but I feel like I'm not as vocal as I probably should be, honestly, for being honest.
Well, you also have a full-time job.
Thanks
working.
for making excuses for me.
It's not an excuse, but I mean, what I was going to say is, it's not just not just any full-time job. You work at a public university.
I do.
So you're in service.
I am.
Yes.
I'm never not affiliated with my institution.
Yes.
So there are limitations in what I can do, and I try to do the best I can and as much as I can.
And we'll see some of that advocacy in the names when we start talking about them. Okay, what pattern have you knit more than once?
So a fair amount. I was digging through my library, which I don't know if you are as much of an electronic hoarder as I am. I have a ton of patterns. I have knit the Lounging Tee by Hoagie several times. You will see a hat in this bulky fiber. I've knit at least 10 of them in the past 2 months. It's called Josie.
Yeah.
It's a super cute little kitty cat hat. I got it right here. So cute. I wore that all. I went to Maine.
Look at that. Cables and everything.
So pretty, and it makes the perfect little cat
and
hat.
this is in Britpop.
Yay.
One skein.
One skein.
One skein of the bulky.
So
billowy bulky.
Billowy bulky, and it is very billowy. The Dingly Dell. It's my favorite thing to say. It's a little T-shirt. It's a V-neck. It's in the front. It's the rainbow and the speckles. I knit that one, and I knit a solid.
I brought it here, so excuse our legless torso, because I wanted to show it to you here.
So this was the Birthday Sprinkles colorway set, and I also knit a solid one in a different color. This was a really fun thing to knit with the V-neck. I really had a lot of fun, obviously, because I knit it again.
And that's the Dingley Dell and fingering.
And then I've got monkey socks and jelly roll socks. I actually have jelly roll socks.
I'm looking in your bag down there.
Yeah.
At the same time. It's really pretty knitting going on down there.
I think this might be Irma Groot Sparkles. We gotta show it. So the jelly roll socks are my favorite.
Oh yeah.
I like this little.
I like that little. Yeah.
The heel detail. What else do I knit? An authenticity shawl. I've knit several of those.
What's the most handy item in your Notion bag?
So, I don't know if you guys know, but tomorrow's my birthday. I'll be turning 46. And glasses. I've got glasses everywhere now. I can't see. So that, and some of my favorites. I've got some fun folding scissors I really like. I'm addicted now to the stitch
stoppers.
Yeah. They have to match my knitting. So I have, every time Cadence has some new ones, I have to add them to my collection. And I'm a big fan of the big round circular stitch markers right now. I don't like to futz with the little ones if I want to just stick. I
just have to make sure I don't knit into it.
Yeah.
When they're big. But I like them big.
I am. I'm a big fan of the big round ones now. So those are my favorites.
They're going to make some fuzzy goat stitch stoppers. I'm so excited.
I have to add them to my collection.
Yeah. Okay, so what do you do for fun?
I knit. And I also like to do. I train at CrossFit. I listen to music.
CrossFit.
Yeah, I hang out with my girlies and we knit. I come to Fuzzy Goat and we knit.
What's the strangest place you've ever knitted? Because this would hopefully not be the strangest.
But if I go somewhere, I'm knitting. So I've knit everywhere. I've knit.
Do you knit at work?
I knit at work. I knit at conferences. I knit on planes. I knit on ferries. I knit at the gym. I've knitted at the gym. I went to a competition. I was knitting at the competition. So I'm never not knitting. I don't understand people who
I don't either. I look over at my husband. He's just watching the TV. I'm like, I
could be knitting right now. So.
Yeah, I'd be falling asleep.
Yeah, I'm knitting everywhere.
What's a dream trip that you'd like to take and knit on?
We just finally got our passports. So I'm ready for some international travel.
Mine came in the mail yesterday too. Yeah, I don't have a trip planned, but I want to be ready.
Me too. I'm ready. So I have a cousin in Canada. Hopefully, I can do some knitting in Canada. And I am honestly a little nervous about traveling internationally with needles. I've heard that it's hit or miss depending on who you get.